Welcome to the 1204. I have heard so many black women openly say that a woman should marry for security and women should not marry for love. Black women encourage other black women to marry a man that can take care of them financially. I have heard so many black women say this, especially black women from the continent of Africa. Did you know that black women will call a woman a pick me if she marries for love? Black women see women who marry for love as stupid. What is it the American black women say? Love ain't gonna pay no bills, honey. Women in Africa will tell you, what am I going to do with your love? Your love is not going to pay the bills. Your love is not going to keep a roof over my head, etc., etc. Trust me when I say this. Not marrying for love, marrying for security over love. This is a very, very, this is a real thing amongst black women. This is a opinion that is widely shared amongst black women. I have also noticed that, so you've got black women on one hand encouraging fellow black women to only marry for security. Basically, marry for financial reasons, but do not marry for love. Love is not enough. Love cannot pay your bills, etc., etc. But with the other hand, whenever a black woman is married to some old white geezer or a unattractive white geezer, or in this case, a extremely disabled white geezer, and now all of a sudden, the black women who would have been preaching that black women should not marry for love, they are now praising women like the woman you see on this screen, Susie Ealing. They are now defending Susie against skeptics like myself. They are telling us that she married this man for love. She's not using him. Think about this. Now, Susie Ealing, this is not the only situation. If you look at the Nikki O and her husband Chris O, it's the same thing over there. The black women on that channel, these will be the same black women who would say, don't marry for love, marry for security. But over there, they are trying to pretend like this is a genuine love story. Just like on this, on this channel over here, Susie Ealing, they are trying to pretend that this is a genuine love story. So they shout from the rooftops that women should marry for security. And when it's blatantly obvious that a black woman has married for security, they then try to change the narrative and say, no, she's married for love. How comes they are not standing on their circle? Let me tell you why. See, the black woman, she don't mind admitting to being hypergamous when she is single. But when she is then in a married relationship, when she is then married, she is not going to say she married for security. Because if she says that, that is going to rock the boat. Now, how badly that boat will be rocked, oh, depends. But in this case here, if Susie says, yes, I'm married for security, then she's not going to look very good. Because this situation, this is very easy to read what's happened here. I know people are going to say, hey, listen, you are speculating, you're assuming, you're jumping to conclusions. Listen, I think it's obvious what's going on here. Even a blind man could see what's going on here. I think this woman has only married this guy to enter the country of Australia. It's as simple as that. She has married this guy to only go to Australia. And when this man eventually passes away, which I'm assuming, I mean, everyone's going to pass away, but this guy, I mean, he is very ill. Let's keep it real. And she's going to take over this guy's house. All of his, whatever this guy owns is going to be hers. And that's when she's going to fly her little boyfriend over or her husband over. This is not an uncommon situation. There are plenty of black women in places like, whether it's in Africa or whether it's in the Caribbean, they will marry some old white guy or get involved with a guy that's got, a guy that's got 1 foot in his grave. And she will get in a relationship with him. She will move over here. Let me tell you a real story. I remember years ago, I lived on this council estate with my family. And there was an old geezer that stayed a few doors down. And he got in a relationship with this Jamaican woman. This woman came over from Jamaica. And this guy was old. But as soon as the guy became like more ill, she moved in her boyfriend. And, she moved her children in. Cut long story short, this guy died. And now she's got the house and she's living in that house with her boyfriend. I spoke to that guy before he died, and the guy told me, this is a very wicked woman. That was his words he said to me. He told me that how she moved her boyfriend in, he can hear them at night time, but he was too old, he couldn't do anything about it because he was on the way out. And this Jamaican woman was a pretty lady. But this is what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is this. Whenever these women are single, these black women are single, they always talk about, listen, don't marry for love. You know what I mean? You got to be stupid to marry for love, marry for security, get the bag, yes. But then that talk stops. They stop with that foolish chat as soon as they get with some old white geezer or some guy that's sick. Because they don't want to alert their prey. That guy is nothing but prey to them. And they do not want to spook him out by saying, listen, I've only married you for security. I don't want to lambaster this guy too hard. I think his name is Philip. Philip Philip Ewing or Ealing. Philip Ealing. Ewing, Ealing, whatever. I don't want to lambaster him too hard, but I feel sorry for this guy. Because this guy cannot even defend himself. I mean, this is somebody that cannot even do anything for himself. He's in that wheelchair. He cannot even do anything. This guy, I mean, this guy will not even be able to wipe his ass. He more than likely is having to wear a nappy, which is what you Americans refer to as a diaper. And then I watched a video about them recently, where he's talking about intimacy doesn't have to be physical. You can make a woman sexy with your words. Shut up, Philip. What are you on about, Philip? Listen, they are not having any sex. There's nothing he can do to that woman physically. I mean, the only thing, that could happen is her sitting on his head. But I don't think she can even do that. Because if she sits on his head, he might even suffocate because he cannot even use his hands. Can't do anything. She'll just be sitting on his small head and then the guy will suffocate. Or maybe that's the plan. Maybe she will sit on his head and suffocate him so this guy can hurry up and die so she can take over all of his possessions and move her husband in. Peace.